Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast, Monday Morning Moments, a snow day edition with John O'Leary. I'm going to begin this one with a question. You're going to hear it periodically throughout this episode, so get ready for it. Who would do that? Who would do that? This was the question my son asked last weekend. He wanted to know why I was planning to wake up early the following day, drive 6 hours to Cincinnati, surprise a friend for his birthday, and then turn around and drive home after just 30 minutes since I had to get back for a previously scheduled commitment short visit. To Patrick, it seemed like a nicely written card or a gift mailed in advance would have been a sufficient gesture. But I shared with my son a few reasons why this person mattered enough to be there for him in person. The Saturday I was burned was January 17th, 1987. An ambulance raced me away from our burning house, and immediately, an unimaginable sense of panic consumed me. Arriving at the emergency room at Mercy Hospital, the first person to treat this terribly burned little boy greeted me by name, had a confident warmth in his eyes, and filled a scared little kid with some hope. Despite it being early on a Saturday morning, it's a weekend, he had left his family that morning to begin life-saving work on his critically burned patient. Who would do that? His name was Dr. Vachiavajan. Early every morning, 7 days a week throughout my recovery, one individual made rounds to his patients' rooms. Each visit, he took time to not only connect with us patients, but also to remind the professionals he rounded with that they weren't just doing a task. They were shouldering the sacred role of keeping patients alive. That was their job. He wanted each individual, each person to know that they mattered and that they were valued. Who would do that? Dr. Vachiavajan. 2 months into my hospitalization, a surgical procedure broke my heart. My fingers on both hands were amputated, robbing me not only of playing baseball for my St. Louis Cardinals, but ostensibly stealing any chance of a normal life. It broke my heart. Late that evening, the man who did the surgery entered into my room. He sat down on the bed, apologized for what they had done earlier that day, but then he sweetly shared that contrary to how I felt right now, he had not taken my life. Instead, he was trying to give it back to me. Who would do that? His name was Dr. Vachiavajan. After 5 months in hospital, dozens of surgeries, and preparing to finally be released from hospital, there was a knock at my door. An individual entered my room, turned off the television set, sat on the bed, cleared his throat, and said, "John, you are a champion, and you can still do almost anything you want in your life. Perhaps you will not be a courtroom reporter, but you can be a lawyer or a judge. You may not play baseball again, but you can be a manager or you can own a team. John, if you want to get married and raise kids and have an incredible life, you can. You are a remarkable little boy, and you can still have an amazing life." Then he bent down and kissed me on my forehead. Who would do that? Dr. Vachiavajan. For those reasons, along with countless other ones, are why last Saturday, as he prepared for his 90th birthday party, Dr. Vachiavajan heard a knock at his door. He answered the door in his suit and looked up in shock at the face of a patient from 37 years ago. With stunned tears in his eyes, he could not believe that I made the trip simply to give him a hug and tell him that I loved him. He looked at me and said, "Who would do such a thing?" My friends, I did not answer. I simply hugged the man whose entire life personified doing exactly such a thing. Who would do such a thing? My friend, Dr. Vachiavajan. So today I want to wish my friend a very happy birthday. And I want to encourage all of us to be the kind of individuals in our lives and in the lives of those we serve that would do such a thing for them. My friends, in the midst of struggle, strife, and challenges in the marketplace of life, I want to remind you of this truth. The foundation is firm, the headwind may be real, but God is still God, and the best is yet to come. Today is your day. What a gift it is. Be like Dr. Vachiavajan and live inspired.